What is going on, guys? Red Dead Ocelot here, and today we're going to be talking about Destiny 2 and its new expansion coming out next year, known as Lightfall. But I will talk about my experience within this game, within the first Destiny and Destiny 2, because I feel like I want to just put my own opinion out there and how I truly feel about this game in general and how far it's going to go in terms not just of its new DLC coming out next year, but the game entirety as itself, or as it were. So in my experience, what I'm trying to say is that I feel like that when it comes to like playing these types of online MMO games, I think that the more appropriate way of playing them is playing with friends. I mean, it's okay to play the game by yourself, especially if you're like doing bounties or like stuff that you can do by yourself. But if you're going to be doing strikes or raids or anything that will require more than 3 people, it's much a better experience playing it that way. I think when in terms of the new DLC that came out earlier this year, known as the Witch Queen, I am currently still going through the main story for the DLC right now, but it depends on how often my friends get online, because my friends rarely ever get online like they used to, and it's kind of difficult to find the people to do everything as much as possible. So I guess when it comes to being like somewhat of a veteran player when it comes to the Destiny games, especially Destiny 2 for that matter, because it's one of those games, and it's also one of those things to where it's like I feel like that maybe I always ask myself, should I really get back into this game? Do I really want to get back into this game? Because I mean, I have had friends get back into it, and they've been trying to egg me to get back into it. I'm just like, all right, I'll get back into it, see what's going on, see what the new season is, which is called the Season of Plunder. And I think that it's pretty good. It's not bad. I do believe that I think the Season of Plunder does a little bit better job in terms of what things that you'll be getting through that season pass. And because I think the previous season before that, it was okay, but I don't think it was the best. But I'm trying to recall what the name of it was now. But point being, Season of Plunder is definitely one of the better seasons, I think. I mean, because I have been known to get some better stuff out of it. Some good gear, maybe. I did get a pretty good weapon out of it, which is pretty cool. I don't use it as much as I want to, but regardless, it's just like it is what it is. So I mean, I guess I don't know what that means, but it's whatever. But this is just a commentary video, so it's okay. So I think when it comes to Destiny 2 as well, the game is pretty self-explanatory. It's an online MMO FPS. I mean, you're playing with people, you're playing with friends online. It depends on the activities that you play as well. Like I said, with raids specifically, you have to have a full clan of 6 people. And what I can say is that it's much better playing with friends rather than just having regular people going through it, because it's like you always want that level of communication. Communication's pretty key, especially if you're doing raids within Destiny 2. It's the same thing as probably maybe with strikes, I think, but not as much as you need to be when you're doing raids. So I think Destiny 2... Oh boy, I'm trying to think here. Oh yeah, the grind is real within the world of Destiny 2. There is another game. It's a single-player game, but it is pretty grindy. It's kind of grindy-ish to what Destiny 2 does. It's called Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and the reason why I'm making this type of comparison is because Odyssey is quite grindy. I mean, you have to have it has to do with leveling. With Destiny 2, you have the power level, right? And with Odyssey, you're leveling up, because it has that leveling up experience now. Not like the previous ones that they had, because you didn't level up in the previous Assassin's Creed games. But point being, in Odyssey or even in Valhalla or Assassin's Creed Origins, all three of those games had a leveling system. So I think, but I'm kind of going off topic here just a little bit. But I think when it comes to the leveling in Destiny 2, and yes, it is different in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but what I'm saying is that there is a level gate between Destiny 2 and Odyssey, you know, and the lower you are, and when you go up against higher enemies in Destiny 2, you're not going to be able to do as much damage. It's the same thing as from what Assassin's Creed Odyssey does. And so what I'm saying is that when you're trying to power up or level up in both games, you know, like I said, I'm doing a little bit of the comparison thing because I feel like it's a good comparison, I think, because it has to do with how you're going to implement the power leveling in Destiny 2 or the leveling in Odyssey. And so in Odyssey, it's a little bit of a level gate there, though, too, because when you're trying to battle against someone in Odyssey or maybe assassinate someone, you're not going to basically kill them in one shot. You basically, they're like bullet sponges or blade or weapon sponges or whatnot. It's the same thing as like in Destiny 2. So it's like I said, it's the level gate. That's what it is pretty much. So so excuse me for that. So now, going back to me as a veteran Destiny 2 player, or Destiny player, as it were. What I truly feel about Destiny 2 as a game and as a whole, it's a game to where, like I said, it's not just about playing with friends. Like I said, you know, you can play it by yourself, but it's not as fun as much as you want it to be. And so it's just one of those things I feel like that it's not necessary to do as much as you want it to go with, I guess. Trying to make sense here. My bad. I think Destiny 2 just does something that I think it's not. I think Destiny 1, in my personal opinion, in a way, I felt like it was a little bit of a better game, but Destiny 2 is a lot better now than it used to be because, you know, you have the new expansions, but the new expansions for Destiny 2 have come out every year. But, and here's the thing that's always going to mention. Now, here's the problem with when it comes to Destiny 2, though, I found out, in my personal opinion. It has a problem to where when you have a new expansion coming out every year, but you do have the season pass from the previous expansion, right? So what I'm saying is that I was discussing this with a coworker of mine not too long ago. And I told him, it's like, you know, I did tell him one thing. I do remember that there is only one problem that Destiny 2 has. I'm not saying that the game isn't fun. It's fun. But if there's one thing I've kind of noticed with Destiny 2, specifically, I have noticed that when it comes to the seasons, they have new seasons, every year when they have new expansions, right? You have the Witch Queen, right? Okay, well, that was a new expansion. That comes with the new season pass. So you're leveling up that season pass. Now, while you're still leveling up the season of the Witch, or the Witch Queen, excuse me, I think that, I don't know, but that's not, I'm not going to worry about that. What I'm saying is that when you level up the previous season pass with the Witch Queen, other than having the new expansion Lightfall coming out next year, what's going to happen between that? Nothing much, really. I mean, you're still going to be working on bounties. You're still going to be working through raids. You're still going to be working through strikes. And you're still going to be leveling up your season pass. And yet, the new expansion doesn't come out until next year, right? Lightfall. So what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying when it comes to Destiny 2. Like, Destiny 2 has a problem to where it's like, okay, what else are you going to be doing other than like doing the bounties, doing the raids, and doing all the stuff that you normally do within Destiny 2 or maybe even Destiny 1? And yet, when the new season comes out, what are you going to do? Of course, you're gonna breeze through the new story for the new season, for the new expansion. You're gonna still be leveling up your season pass for it. You're still gonna be doing those patrols, bounties, or whatever, etc. So what I'm saying, like I said, Destiny 2 has a problem when it comes to where, okay, well, you're still going to be doing all these original things that you normally do within the game. Patrols, everything. And yet, and let's say if you have like the Season of Plunder all fully maxed out, now what are you going to do? That's the problem that I'm trying to mention. Is that when you have the Season of Plunder fully maxed out, right? And then when you do all the original things that you normally do, what else is there? Nothing. The only thing that Destiny 2 has is the new expansions. That's all it has. That's all it has. And I'm not saying that's bad, but it's a little bit of a slight problem. It is a little bit of a slight problem. But like I said, that's just my opinion, of course, because I'm entitled to my opinion. I can say whatever I want if I wanted to. I'm not scared of what my opinions are. I mean, I'm entitled to what I believe in or what my opinion is. I mean, everybody, we're all human beings, man. We are entitled to what our opinions are. So that's what I'm saying about Destiny 2. You know, I feel like that, like I said, you know, Destiny, that's what I'm saying. Destiny 2 has a slight problem when it comes to that type of content. I mean, I believe that any kind of game has that type of problem when, you know, like, whether if it's an offline game, single-player game, and if it doesn't have enough content, then, you know, of course, people will stop playing the game. Because, you know, there's no more content that's existing at this moment in time. Excuse me. Tell me, am I wrong? But I just thought I'd put that out there because I think that was great, you know. And so it's just, yeah, I mean, I feel like that once I finish the entire Witch Queen campaign, once I probably eventually do raids, I don't know when that's going to be. God only knows. But I do all the other stuff. I do bounties, I do strikes whenever I can. I do all the necessary things in this game. And yet, pardon me, and yet I still feel like that something's empty. So what I'm saying is that Destiny 2, not just being as a grind fest of a game as it is, because it is, but like I said, the content for this game just doesn't always do it justice in that kind of terms. It's one of those things to where what else is there to do if you get every single thing done within the game? And yet, but you're continuously going to be doing it on an every day-to-day basis. Like when you go to the tower, you get your bounties done, you turn them in, blah, 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 right? When you do all the raids, you're done with that too. That's what I'm saying with content. Sometimes when you get it all done, there's nothing else to do. So, but anyways, this is Red Dead Ocelot. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully, if there's any comments or questions that you might have, please leave them in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more future videos here. And please leave a like, comment, or any kind of questions, or click that notification bell. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great rest of your weekend, and have a great rest of your Sunday. Peace.